Hey guys, so we are back with more brush reviews, yay! So I got a couple coming this week. I have the Sconehead brush, which is this pretty pink glittery thing right here that a friend recommended to me. Today we are doing the Kemeisi brush because I've seen this name all over Amazon. They sell a ton of brushes, so I wanted to see how good they were, because that's the other really common one on Amazon. And then, guys, during the flash sale last week, I got the Young Nails brush. So we're going to go over that one too. But today, we are doing the Kemeisi. I also have more acrylic stuff coming this week. I got a ton of stuff planned. Anyway, let's get started. So, this one, I see they have about 20 different iterations of this brush on Amazon. Like, of this brand, Kemeisi. They do a ton of stuff. So, I believe this one was around $10 as well, 10 to 12. So I got it all cleaned out, got the starch out. Alcohol really helps get that starch out of there. Get as much as you can out with the brush or with, flicking or whatever, and then use alcohol to kind of wipe it, and it really helps get rid of that last little bit. Okay, let's get started. First impressions. Couple wild hairs here. I haven't trained it or anything, so that's okay. Should have seen the Young Nails brush. It was crazy. I was so mad, but I got over it. Anyway, I'm jumping ahead. Okay, so couple wild hairs. That's okay. We can deal with that because, like I said, I haven't trained it yet. Please don't mind my nails. I know. They look awful, and I have like paint and oil and stuff all under it. It's just, they're bad. They're like a hot mess right now. Don't judge me. Anyway, I like the handle on these. I like these like epoxy resin, whatever. This one is a size 10. It is pretty fat. Like it's got a nice barrel on it. It's not super thin, but it's not like really big either, which I like. It's a nice medium. It comes pre-crimped, so you don't need to worry about that. It looks to be mostly sable from what I can tell. I do see a couple of the shiny hairs in there, so it's probably there's probably a little bit of nylon, and with these cheaper brushes, like, you are going to have some nylon in most of them, except for the CADS ones. Those are, 100%. But you are going to have some nylon in them. It's just a matter of how much, and how much nylon is really going to decide the quality of the brush. If it's like 10%, no big deal. If it's half nylon, you're going to have problems. Real quick, while I have you guys here, someone brought this to my attention and I want to address it because I don't like thinking that I may have steered you guys wrong. So the Ibellis brush that I did way back, now we talked about how it could possibly have a small amount of nylon in it. Someone ordered this brush in a bigger size. Now, I've only ever ordered this in a size 8, so I did not run across this, but someone else did, and they got one of the bigger sizes, 14, and they had a lot of trouble with it. They said it clogged up really bad, it wouldn't let go of the acrylic, and after taking a look at it, it looks like in the bigger brushes, they may have more nylon in them than what I've experienced, because even cuticle oil didn't help. So I don't want you guys to think that I, would intentionally steer you wrong. Like I said, that wasn't my experience with the size 8s, but that may be your experience with the bigger sizes. So maybe don't risk it, just because why take the risk on possibly, getting one of the middle-sized brushes and it being more nylon. There are other brushes out there that aren't mostly nylon. Like, I know the CADS brushes in the bigger sizes are still amazing, so don't risk it. And I apologize if anybody got the bigger sizes because I was unaware of it. Okay, now that I've done that, because that's been bothering me, and I don't like thinking that maybe someone wasted their money because of something that I said, So, anyway, back to the project at hand. I got this new Cover Flamingo from Young Nails that I've been really wanting to use, and I haven't gotten a chance yet, so we're going to use that today. Anyway, like I said, it's pre-crimped. It looks like it's cut to where you'll have a point, but let's find out. So, burping the brush, I am going to say, right offhand, this doesn't feel super sturdy. Like, it feels like this plastic is going to, I don't know, it just feels really weak. I don't like that. But that aside, while it's wet, here's something, a way you can tell how much nylon is in the brush, okay? So some parts of it, here, so we know this one is all sable. When they're wet, if they're all sable, they will uniformly change color. Nylon doesn't, so you'll see these patches where it gets super dark, whereas the sable doesn't, so you'll see like some dark streaks, and that'll be where your nylon is. See how these don't do that? And you can kind of see the strips right here. So the sable brushes really only darken at the end right here. And the nylon brushes, wherever there's nylon at, it will be dark all the way through, or in the patches where there's nylon at, that part will be dark. So you can kind of see where this has some nylon patches. And you can also spot nylon, when they're dry. The hairs will be very shiny. The sable doesn't look very shiny. It's kind of, it's very soft, but it doesn't look as shiny. It's kind of got a fur-like look to it. Nylon the bristles are super shiny. Let me see if I can find one, like as an example. I don't think I have any, so maybe not. Oh, wait, I do. Okay. So this one is nylon, and you can kind of, let's see if we can get it to focus. You can see how the hairs are very shiny. Like super shiny. Let's grab this one. Okay, and you can see on these ones, they don't catch the light the same way that these do, and they just look a little rougher. So this one will look kind of slick, and nylon looks kind of plasticky, whereas the sable doesn't. Like, it still has a little shine because it's hair, and it's gonna have a small amount of, but it doesn't have that glare that nylon has, where it's kind of uniform all the way across. If that makes sense. Okay, now let's move on. I'm not gonna keep, let's move on. So, Kemeisi. I will say this handle is gonna break. Like, I'm hard on brushes. I already know that I'm gonna break it. And that could just be the one that I got, but you can kind of hear it cracking. And it's probably just not super secure in the base, but I don't know. I don't like that. There are other brushes that you can get that are great quality for the same price, so I don't see the point. Okay, so it's not catching a ton of acrylic. It is coming pretty clean so far. We'll see when we go to lay down though, because that's... Okay, so it's beaten up really nice, but all brushes will do that unless they're cut improperly. So you can see it's beaten up pretty well. Now let's go ahead and lay down on top. And I will say, even the ones that, like, I didn't train at first, usually when you get them wet, the hairs will kind of come together, and this one's not really doing that, and it's also full of acrylic, so not really comfortable with this one right now, because it's not letting go of acrylic properly. Like, you can see the chunks of it in there, and that's after cleaning it a few times. So we'll go ahead and finish it up, but I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I really don't think, I don't think this is a good inexpensive brush. Like I said, there are other ones that are much better for the same price. No point in wasting the money on it, Also, it's kind of, like, I know my application is not great, but it's kind of laying patchy. For, like, even for me. Mine's always kind of patchy, but this one is leaving like weird grooves. Yeah. So I'm gonna call this one a fail. I'm not a huge fan. Boy, I'm having rotten luck this week between the Savalan stuff and now this. But, I was bound to run across a crappy one eventually. Yeah, so it's not laying great. Not awful, but not. I guess maybe the Kaz one kind of spoiled me. I think maybe, I don't know. But so let's go ahead and check it out. You can see how much acrylic is left in there. And even after like cleaning it, still a ton of acrylic, it's not coming out. So that's definitely a fail. We're gonna pass on that one. I'm not gonna include the link for this one just because I'm not gonna recommend it. So I don't want anyone to unintentionally click that link and think that, you know, before they watch, maybe think that I'm recommending it, because I'm not. Absolutely not. So that's a fail. We're gonna give that an F, because all I really need you to do is let go of the acrylic, man. And you didn't do it. And it's still not coming out. So yeah, not a fan. And maybe their other brushes are better. I'll try a couple other ones and see how they come out. But so that's a fail. No on the Kemeisi. Stay tuned for the Young Nails and the Sconehead brush. This pink brush is so gorgeous. I love it. I really do. I like how it looks. So but we're gonna give that one a shot this week too. So stay tuned and keep your eyes open for the giveaways, because we're doing a bunch of them this week, and the Young Nails Core Kit giveaway is coming up. So thank you guys so much for all the interaction and support. I really appreciate it, and it's been a lot of fun with you guys. So I really appreciate that. As always, thanks for watching.